Here are the Amish's 41 vinegar hacks and tips that you wish you knew sooner. Shine hair with a vinegar rinse. Have you tried rinsing your hair with vinegar? Apparently, it naturally balances scalp pH, flattens hair cuticles, and increases shine. A mild acidic rinse removes soap residue that can leave hair dull, and historically, the Amish have used apple cider vinegar for generations to keep hair healthy without store-bought conditioners. Mix 1 part vinegar with 4 parts cool water, pour over hair after shampooing, and rinse again lightly with water. For extra softness, add a few drops of herbal infusion like chamomile or rosemary to your vinegar mixture before applying. Pre-wash quilt fabrics to reduce dye bleed. Before cutting quilt fabrics, soak them in a vinegar and water solution to help set the dye. Vinegar's acidity interacts with some fabric dyes, making them less likely to run during future washes. Fill a basin with cool water, add 1 cup of vinegar, and submerge fabrics for about 30 minutes. Rinse thoroughly, then air dry before ironing. This simple preparation can prevent color transfer in intricate quilt patterns. For darker fabrics, repeat the soak twice for extra protection against fading and bleeding. Descale tea kettles. Lime scale buildup inside kettles can affect taste and slow heating, but vinegar dissolves it naturally without harsh chemicals. Fill the kettle halfway with vinegar and halfway with water, then bring it to a boil. Let it cool for about an hour before scrubbing lightly and rinsing thoroughly. This method works for both stovetop and electric kettles. Many rural Amish kitchens keep a vinegar bottle nearby just for this purpose. For stubborn spots, soak a cloth in vinegar, wrap it around the affected area, and leave it for 30 minutes before wiping clean. Brighten dull aluminum pots. Restoring the shine to aluminum cookware is easy with a vinegar bath. Fill the pot with water, add 1 cup of vinegar, and bring to a gentle boil. Simmer for 10 minutes, then pour out the liquid and scrub lightly with a soft cloth. The mild acid removes mineral stains and discoloration, bringing back a polished finish. For exterior cleaning, dampen a cloth with vinegar and rub in small circles. Then rinse and dry immediately to prevent new spots from forming. Remove soot from wood stove glass. Vinegar cuts through soot on wood stove glass without scratching. Spray undiluted vinegar onto the cooled glass. Let it sit for 5 minutes, then scrub gently with a soft cloth or crumpled newspaper. The acid in vinegar loosens carbon deposits, making them easier to wipe away. For heavy buildup, dip the newspaper in a vinegar and ash paste before scrubbing, as the ash adds mild abrasiveness. Some Amish households prefer this old-fashioned paste over commercial cleaners for its effectiveness and simplicity in maintaining clear stove windows. Make farmer's cheese. Fresh farmer's cheese comes together quickly when vinegar meets hot milk. Heat milk until just below boiling, then stir in vinegar, allowing curds to separate from the whey. Strain through cheesecloth and press lightly to remove excess liquid. The Amish have been using this method for generations to create simple, preservative-free cheese. Add herbs or salt before shaping for a flavorful twist. Once cooled, slice or crumble as desired. Store wrapped in wax paper and refrigerate. For creamier texture, replace part of the milk with fresh cream before heating. Clean window screens. Cleaning window screens without damaging them is easy with vinegar. Mix equal parts vinegar and warm water in a bucket. Dip a soft brush in the solution and gently scrub both sides of the screen. Rinse with a hose or clean water, then let them air dry completely before reinstalling. For stubborn dirt or pollen, spray vinegar directly and let it sit for several minutes before brushing again. This technique also works for porch enclosures and screen doors. Store the vinegar solution in a labeled container for quick seasonal cleaning. Preserve pepper rings in vinegar. Pickling pepper rings with vinegar keeps them crisp and colorful for months. Pack sterilized jars with sliced peppers, adding garlic or whole spices if desired. Pour over a boiling mixture of vinegar, water, and salt, leaving headspace before sealing. Let cool completely before storing in a dark pantry. Many Amish households rely on this method to keep peppers ready for winter meals. For a milder flavor, combine different vinegar types. Always label jars with the date and variety for easy rotation in your preserved goods. Deodorize sauerkraut crocks. Vinegar naturally neutralizes lingering odors in sauerkraut crocks. After emptying the crock, rinse it with warm water, then pour in vinegar until the interior is coated. Let it sit for 15 minutes before scrubbing with a soft brush. Rinse thoroughly and dry before storing to prevent mold. For stronger odors, soak overnight in a vinegar and baking soda mixture. This same approach works for pickle jars, fermentation pots, and other ceramic containers. Keep a dedicated scrub brush on hand for vinegar-based cleaning to avoid transferring food smells. Clean garden sprayer nozzles. Mineral buildup can block garden sprayer nozzles, reducing spray quality. Remove the nozzle and soak it in warm vinegar for 20 to 30 minutes to dissolve deposits. Scrub gently with a small brush, then rinse thoroughly before reattaching. To keep sprayers functioning well, run a diluted vinegar solution through the equipment after heavy use. This prevents internal clogs and extends the sprayer's life. Store nozzles in a dry, labeled container during off-season months to avoid corrosion and misplaced parts. Vinegar's gentle action makes it safe for metal, plastic, and rubber components alike. Clean and deodorize outhouse seats. Keeping outhouse seats sanitary can be done with a vinegar-based cleaner. Mix 1 part vinegar with 2 parts warm water in a bucket, then scrub the seat and lid thoroughly using a stiff brush. The acidity breaks down grime while neutralizing odors naturally. Rinse with clean water and allow to dry in the sun for extra freshness. This no-chemical method, still used in some Amish homesteads, is safe for wood or plastic seats. For deeper cleaning, add a small amount of baking soda to the scrub mix before rinsing thoroughly. Make herb-infused vinegar. Aromatic herb-infused vinegar serves both culinary and cleaning purposes. Fill a glass jar with fresh herbs such as rosemary, thyme, or basil, then cover completely with vinegar. Seal and store in a sunny window for 2 weeks, shaking daily to release the flavors. Strain into a clean bottle for use in salad dressings or natural cleaning sprays. Herb-infused vinegar also works as a mild insect deterrent when wiped on windowsills. Always use clean, dry herbs to avoid cloudiness or spoilage, and label jars with the date and herb variety for easy identification. Lighten iron scorch marks on cotton. Accidents with a hot iron can leave faint brown scorch marks on cotton fabrics. Dab the area with a cloth soaked in a vinegar and water mixture, then lay the fabric in the sun to help lighten the discoloration. The acid helps break down the scorched fiber's darkened layer without weakening the fabric. Repeat as needed for stubborn spots, but avoid over-wetting to prevent water stains. For delicate cotton pieces, test the vinegar solution on an inconspicuous corner first before applying it to the affected area. Freshen thermoses and canteens. Lingering beverage odors inside thermoses and canteens can be stubborn, but vinegar handles them well. Fill the container halfway with vinegar, top with hot water, and let it sit for an hour. Close and shake gently to ensure all surfaces are treated. Rinse thoroughly until the smell is neutral. For narrow openings, add a handful of uncooked rice with the vinegar to help scrub the interior walls. Store thermoses with lids off to keep them fresh between uses, and always dry completely before putting away. Polish copper wash boilers. Vinegar's acidity makes it perfect for restoring the shine of copper wash boilers. Mix vinegar with an equal amount of salt to form a paste, then rub it over the copper using a soft cloth. Rinse with warm water and dry immediately to prevent water spots. This traditional technique has kept cookware bright for generations. For large boilers, apply the paste with a sponge, working in sections. Use gentle, circular motions to avoid scratching, and wear gloves to protect your hands during the polishing process. Remove rust from milk strainer screens. Rust buildup on milk strainer screens can interfere with clean filtration. Soak the screen in undiluted vinegar for 1 to 2 hours, allowing the acid to dissolve the rust. Scrub gently with a soft bristled brush. Rinse thoroughly and dry immediately to prevent new corrosion. In rural Amish dairies, this method is preferred for keeping tools food safe without harsh chemicals. For maintenance, soak screens in a diluted vinegar solution after each use to prevent future rust spots and extend their working life. Make dandelion greens with hot bacon dressing. Bitter dandelion greens turn tender and flavorful when topped with hot bacon dressing made with vinegar. Fry chopped bacon until crisp, then stir in vinegar, a touch of sugar, and a bit of water. Pour the hot mixture over freshly washed greens so they wilt slightly. This hearty salad remains a spring favorite in some Amish farm kitchens. For extra richness, crumble the cooked bacon on top before serving. Serve immediately for the best flavor and pair with boiled eggs or crusty bread for a complete meal. Unclog metal shower heads. Did you know that vinegar's acidity dissolves the mineral deposits that cause weak water flow? Remove the shower head and soak it in warm vinegar for an hour, or tie a vinegar-filled bag around it if it's fixed. Rinse thoroughly and scrub lightly with a toothbrush to clear remaining residue. Restoring water flow is quick and chemical-free. For stubborn buildup, warm the vinegar before soaking. This method works equally well on metal faucets and sink aerators, keeping water pressure strong without costly replacements or harsh cleaners. Strip soap buildup from washboards and tubs. Over time, washboards and tubs collect stubborn soap scum that dulls their surfaces. Wipe them down with a sponge soaked in vinegar, allowing it to sit for several minutes before scrubbing. The mild acid dissolves residue without scratching wood, metal, or enamel finishes. Rinse thoroughly with clean water afterward. Many Amish households prefer this method to avoid chemical cleaners. For a fresh scent, add a few drops of lemon juice to the vinegar solution. Dry wooden washboards completely to prevent warping or mildew growth over time. Quick pickle cucumbers and onions. Vinegar transforms fresh cucumbers and onions into crisp, tangy pickles in just hours. Slice vegetables thinly, place in a jar, and cover with a heated mixture of vinegar, sugar, and salt. Let them cool, then refrigerate. The Amish have long favored this method for quick refrigerator pickles when garden produce comes in abundance. Add dill seeds or peppercorns for extra flavor. They're ready to eat the next day, but keep well for a week. Always store in a sealed container to maintain freshness and prevent absorbing other refrigerator odors. Freshen mason jar rubber rings. Vinegar helps remove odors and mineral buildup from mason jar sealing rings. Place the rings in a bowl, cover with warm vinegar, and let soak for 30 minutes. Rinse well and allow them to dry completely before storing. This keeps the rubber supple and ensures a tight seal for canning. Amish home canners often use this step before preserving fruit or vegetables. For long-term care, store the rings in a cool, dark place in a sealed tin to prevent exposure to dust and sunlight. Pickled red beet eggs. A vibrant Amish pantry staple, pickled red beet eggs combine hard-boiled eggs with a sweet and sour beet brine made from vinegar, sugar, and spices. Layer peeled eggs in a jar with sliced cooked beets, then pour over the hot brine. Seal and refrigerate for at least 24 hours so the eggs absorb the color and flavor. They turn a deep magenta and develop a tangy bite. For variation, add cloves or cinnamon sticks to the brine. These eggs make a colorful addition to picnics, lunches, or harvest suppers. Cut ammonia in cloth diaper rinse. Vinegar works wonders for neutralizing stubborn ammonia smells in cloth diapers. After the wash cycle, add 1 cup of vinegar to the rinse to break down alkaline buildup and soften fibers. This gentle, chemical-free approach is perfect for sensitive skin. Some Amish families still use this method as part of their cloth diaper care. For severe odors, pre-soak diapers in a vinegar water solution for 30 minutes before laundering. Always rinse thoroughly to remove any lingering acidity. Sun drying adds a natural disinfecting boost and keeps fabrics fresh longer. Make a barnfly trap. Controlling barnflies doesn't require expensive supplies. Fill a glass jar halfway with apple cider vinegar, add 2 drops of dish soap, and cover the top with a paper funnel. The vinegar's scent lures flies in, while the soap breaks the surface tension so they can't escape. Farmers in rural communities, including Amish homesteads, often keep several of these traps near doors and animal stalls. Replace the liquid every few days for maximum effect. For extra protection, place traps in sunny spots to attract insects away from work areas. Clean treadle sewing machine plates and feet. Metal plates and presser feet on older sewing machines often collect lint and grime. Wipe with a soft cloth soaked in vinegar to loosen residue without scratching the surface. For removable parts, soak in vinegar briefly before scrubbing with a toothbrush. Dry completely to prevent rust. This method keeps vintage treadle machines running smoothly, especially in households that value older equipment. Once cleaned, apply sewing machine oil to all moving parts. Regular monthly cleaning ensures precise stitching and prevents mechanical issues from developing over years of use. Preserve fresh horseradish in vinegar. Fresh horseradish loses flavor quickly unless preserved. Grate the root and immediately cover it with vinegar in a glass jar to lock in its pungent heat. Waiting too long before adding vinegar will result in a milder taste. Store in a cool, dark pantry until ready to use, or refrigerate for even longer freshness. Adding a pinch of salt can further enhance flavor while extending shelf life. Use a tightly sealed lid to keep the aroma from escaping into your storage space and overpowering other nearby foods. Clean kerosene lamp chimneys. Soot buildup on lamp chimneys dims light output and can affect air quality. Remove the chimney and soak in a vinegar water mix for 15 minutes. Then wipe clean with a lint-free cloth. This gentle solution dissolves grime without scratching fragile glass. Many Amish homes without electric lighting rely on this simple maintenance to keep lamps bright. Dry thoroughly before reattaching to avoid streaks. Store chimneys in a safe place when not in use to prevent accidental chips or cracks that could compromise performance. Deodorize boots and work shoes. Work footwear often traps moisture and odors after long days. Spritz the inside lightly with a 50-50 vinegar water solution to kill odor-causing bacteria. Air dry fully before wearing again to avoid dampness. This method is safe for most materials, but avoid oversaturating leather. For tough smells, sprinkle baking soda inside after drying, let sit overnight, and shake out in the morning. Keeping shoes odor-free says not only improves comfort, but also extends the lifespan of your gear, making it a smart addition to any work routine. Soften calluses by soaking feet soles. Did you know that vinegar's mild acidity can help soften thick calluses by breaking down hardened skin layers? Fill a basin with warm water and add half a cup of vinegar. Soak your feet for 20 minutes, then gently rub with a pumice stone to remove loosened skin. Many Amish use this simple treatment after long days in work boots. Pat feet dry and apply a rich moisturizer to seal in softness. Repeat weekly for smoother, healthier skin, and add a few drops of essential oil for a refreshing aroma during your soak. Descale hand crank washer parts. Over time, lime and mineral deposits can build up inside old-fashioned hand crank washers, making them harder to operate. Mix equal parts vinegar and hot water, then pour into the washer's tub, allowing the solution to reach all parts. Let sit for 30 minutes before scrubbing with a soft brush. Rinse thoroughly to remove loosened scale and restore smooth operation. This method is especially useful for antique or restored models still in regular use. Dry all parts fully before storing to prevent corrosion. Keep a vinegar cleaning schedule to ensure your washer stays efficient and free of mineral buildup. Clear mineral scale on hand pump spouts. Mineral deposits on hand pump spouts can restrict water flow and cause uneven streams. Wrap a vinegar-soaked cloth around the spout, securing it with twine, and leave it in place for an hour. The vinegar dissolves the buildup without damaging the metal surface. Rinse thoroughly and pump fresh water through before drinking. Households in rural areas, including Amish farms, rely on this method for keeping pumps in prime condition. For stubborn spots, repeat the process twice. Always check for worn washers or seals to maintain good water pressure after cleaning. Clean butter churns and dashers. Old-fashioned butter churns work best when free of residue and lingering odors. After churning, rinse with warm water to remove any cream remnants. Fill halfway with vinegar and hot water, then operate the dasher for a few minutes to let the solution reach all crevices. Vinegar cuts through milk fats and sanitizes naturally without harsh chemicals. Rinse thoroughly and air dry in sunlight for added freshness. Wooden dashers benefit from a light rub of food-grade mineral oil after drying to prevent cracking. Regular vinegar cleaning ensures each batch of butter stays pure tasting and free from off flavors. Remove mineral stains from canning jar rings. Canning jar rings can develop white mineral stains after repeated processing in hard water. Soak them in a vinegar water mixture for 20 minutes to loosen deposits, then scrub gently with a soft brush. Rinse well and dry completely to prevent rust. This technique is especially handy for home canners who process large batches each season. Many Amish families use the same rings for years by keeping them clean and rust-free. Store rings in a dry place away from humidity to further extend their lifespan and maintain their sealing effectiveness. Deodorize dishcloths and rags. Dishcloths and cleaning rags can trap odors even after washing. To freshen them, soak in hot water mixed with 1 cup of vinegar for 30 minutes. The vinegar neutralizes odor-causing bacteria and lifts stubborn residues from fibers. Rinse thoroughly and air dry in sunlight for natural deodorizing power. Avoid mixing with bleach, as the combination can produce harmful fumes. This method works for cotton, linen, and most other washable fabrics. Rotate cloths regularly to allow each to dry fully between uses, which helps prevent mildew and lingering smells from returning. Make homemade mustard with vinegar. Creating mustard from scratch is easy when you have vinegar to bring out the flavor. Combine mustard seeds or powder with vinegar and a touch of water, letting the mixture set to mellow the sharpness. Many Amish cooks use this method to craft tangy condiments for sandwiches and pickled dishes. Adjust vinegar strength for either a mild or a robust taste. Store in sterilized jars for freshness. Experiment by adding herbs, honey, or spices for variety. A 2-day rest in a cool pantry deepens the flavor before serving, making it ideal for pairing with meats or fresh-baked bread. Make corn relish. Corn relish gains its tang and shelf stability from vinegar. Mix cooked corn, chopped peppers, onions, and vinegar in a large pot, adding sugar and spices to balance the acidity. Simmer until vegetables are tender but still vibrant in color. The vinegar not only enhances flavor, but also acts as a preservative. Rural households, including some Amish kitchens, prepare large batches during summer harvest for winter use. Store in sterilized jars and seal tightly. Try using different colored peppers for a brighter, more festive relish that pairs well with grilled meats or as a topping for beans. Disinfect chicken waterers and feeders. Keeping poultry equipment clean is vital for healthy flocks. Fill waterers and feeders with a vinegar water solution, letting it sit for 15 minutes to kill bacteria and loosen grime. Scrub with a stiff brush. Rinse thoroughly and allow to air dry before refilling. This method avoids harsh chemicals that could harm birds. Vinegar also helps prevent mineral buildup in hard water areas. Cleaning regularly ensures feed stays fresh and uncontaminated. For extra protection, rotate between 2 sets of equipment so one can dry completely while the other is in use, reducing mold or bacterial growth over time. Clean enamel basins and pails. Enamelware can become stained or dulled from repeated use. To restore shine, fill the basin or pail with hot water and add a cup of vinegar. Let soak for 20 minutes, then scrub gently with a soft cloth or sponge to avoid scratching the enamel surface. Rinse well and dry completely to prevent water spots. This gentle cleaning method is perfect for preserving vintage or heirloom enamel pieces. Keep them in a dry area when not in use to avoid chipping and extend their functional life while maintaining their glossy appearance. Vinegar rinse for fresh-cut herbs. Herbs can carry dirt and small insects after harvesting. Swish them in a bowl of cool water with a splash of vinegar to clean and help preserve freshness. The vinegar rinse also helps inhibit bacterial growth, extending storage life. Many Amish gardeners use this step before bundling herbs for drying or refrigeration. Shake off excess water and pat dry with a clean towel. Store in a breathable container in the fridge. For delicate herbs like basil, use slightly less vinegar to avoid bruising and preserve their bright green color for cooking or garnishing dishes. Clean hand crank ice cream freezer canisters. Residue from cream and sugar can build up inside ice cream canisters. After use, rinse with warm water, then fill halfway with a vinegar water solution. Swish vigorously or crank briefly to coat all surfaces. Vinegar cuts through dairy fats and sanitizes without leaving an aftertaste. Rinse thoroughly and dry before storing to prevent odors. For stubborn spots, soak longer and scrub with a non-abrasive pad. Keeping the canister clean ensures every batch of ice cream tastes fresh and free from unwanted flavors, making your next dessert just as good as the last.